What is happening, my friends? What is happening? We're going to see who is online here. This impromptu live video happening here wherever you are in the world. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are right now. The Powerball jackpot in the United States, if you're a lottery player, is a half of a billion, 502 million. That is a crazy amount of money. Oh my gosh, what would you do with 502 million? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know your questions. Let me know your questions. I'm going to be taking some live questions as well as some questions from the previous live. And if I don't get to your question here in this video, put it in the comments below, and that could be a topic of the next video. But I love checking out your comments. Let me know, where are you located in the world? There are viewers here from all over the world, from Europe, from the United States, Mexico, Brazil, South America, Asia, all over the world, Middle East. Let me know where you are in the world right now watching this video. I really, really, really appreciate your support. I'm so excited about some new videos coming out this week, including a video about lottery winners who dreamt about it before it happened. Recent stories, recent winners. It's really, really interesting. This just happened. I mean, it happens all the time. This just happened in December in Spain. This happened in November in Canada. I mean, I could go on and on. It's really, really interesting. And if you're new to this channel, then you know that that happened to me way back in the day. Okay, Southern California. We have someone from Canada, Montreal City, San Antonio, Texas. Hello, Los Angeles, California. Hello, south of France, Magic Reiki. Hello in France. Hello, thank you so much. Hey, Timothy, I was watching one of your videos the other night and I had a dream with the number 7. Hopefully that is a sign, says Dominic Cross. Dominic, I hope that is a sign. That would be amazing. And I hope you come onto this podcast if and when that happens. When that happens, we got to think positive here. It is possible. Minnesota, Nika Smith. Hello. Thank you so much. Texas. Hello in Texas. Hello, Tim from the UK. Hello. Hello. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate. Oh, thank you so much, Kyla, for your support. I really appreciate it. Oh my gosh. Northern California, 5 hours north of San Francisco. Kevin Jones. Hello, Kevin. Thank you for joining today. I'm going to get to a couple previous questions. Hello in Florida. Hello. Hello. I'm going to get to quite a few questions here. I'm going to get to a couple real quick from the previous video. And again, if you're watching the replay of this, put your questions for me in the comments below or thoughts. And that could be the topic of the next video. Also, let me know where you are from. But this first question I'm going to get to comes from Fezbork, who asks, someone in New York won the Mega Millions jackpot yesterday, which had rolled back to 20 million after this one. Why are they still starting at $20 million for the Mega Millions in the United States? Because they used to start at 40 million before a virus hit them a few years ago. So that was the comment. So the answer to that, first of all, oh my gosh, Stephen Laster, thank you so much for the super. Thank you, Stephen. That is so generous of you. And I'm going to get to that in just a second. So to answer your question, Fezbork, basically with COVID, as you may know, with COVID, when COVID started, I don't know if it's when it started, but during COVID in 2020, they went back to a $20 million start for the Mega Millions. So it starts at 20 million. I believe they are trying to deter people from having crowds. So there weren't crowds. They're trying to stop the spread of COVID. So I believe that was why they did that. Why it is still that way now, I don't know. You may be able to find that somewhere, but that is the reason why that happened. And perhaps that will change, but it does start at 20 million. And I believe just last week, someone in New York won 20 million from the Mega Millions. So that's awesome. So I want to get to this question here. This super Stephen Laster. Thank you so much, Stephen. I really, really appreciate it. That's so generous of you. Stephen says, I have a question. Is it true that after you win and you submit your claim for Powerball for the grand prize, that it would take 30 to 45 days to receive your lotto winnings? So that is an excellent question, Stephen. That is an excellent question. I know a lot of people wonder how long, if you win a major lottery jackpot, how long it's going to take to actually receive the money. And, it really does vary depending upon a few factors, but I would say, 30 to 45 days sounds, I think you can get it in less time than that. I believe, but I believe it could be up to, it starts out for at least, I would say at least a couple weeks, but probably a little bit more than that. If you win a major jackpot, here's the answer. If you win a major jackpot, one of the first things that you should do, a major as in, you know, a few $1,000,000 or tens of millions of dollars or more, or $1 billion, then I think you should get at least one estate attorney and people that can help you behind the scenes on how to redeem the ticket, because every state in the United States has different rules and different deadlines. And they share, when you're talking about these games that go from the different states, they share information, and you have to make sure that you do it right to maintain your anonymity if you want to do that, or even if you have that option. There's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, but 30 to 45 days seems a little long to me. I suppose it could take that long, but I believe it takes a little less than that, but it certainly takes, at least more than a couple weeks, I believe. So I did interview a person that was in charge of the lottery in one of the states in the United States. That interview is coming very, very shortly, and he has so much information on all of this stuff. I cannot wait to share with you. So let's get to some questions here. Did you win the Mega Millions or the Powerball? D. Smith. D. Smith, I won the Powerball. Yeah. So not the Mega Millions, but the Mega Millions is awesome. I've met people that have won that game. When you did feel like, okay. Appreciate everything you do, Timothy. Thank you for answering my question. Much love from Houston, Texas. Stephen Laster, thank you so much. Much love to you as well. I really, really appreciate your support. It really, really means a lot. Thank you so much, Stephen. So let's hear. Love your channel. Can't wait to be interviewed on your podcast. It will be big. Abundance and blessings to all. Piera B. Piera, thank you so much. Love and blessings to you. Do you value the same way as you did before you won? Do you value things the same way that you did before you won? Okay, I think that, I mean, to be honest, when I won, I was 21 years old and I was working for a little over minimum wage. And so it was sort of like, at least monetarily, it was kind of like the before and the after. And it didn't change who I was, but it definitely changed my perspective on money, I believe. And also, I used, to an extent, I thought that it created happiness to, the person with the nicer car. That person has to be happier, right? They have to be happier. They have this awesome car. Well, I don't necessarily believe that's the case. I don't think monetary possessions necessarily bring happiness. They can be awesome, though. Okay. Hi, Timothy. I'm very grateful I found your channel. It really helped change my perspective. Purple 9721. Thank you so much, Purple 9721. Who's playing this 500 million Powerball jackpot that's happening right now tonight in the United States? And I know a lot of you are all over the world. There's different lotteries all over the world. Which lotteries are you playing if you are playing a lottery? Let me know in the comments. Did you always feel like you would be wealthy years before winning the lottery? Ismail Farmo. I may be pronouncing that incorrectly. If so, sorry about that. That's an excellent question. I mean, sort of. I always strived for that, but I didn't feel like when I was working at the gas station, I certainly wasn't wealthy, but it was one of my goals to make money. That's for sure. I was always trying to come up with ways to make money, different jobs and plans. And I was trying to put myself through college. So to put myself, to create a future and do other things, many other things that were not college, to try to do that. When you won, did you feel like your life was in danger after going public? John Reiser. John, thank you so much for your question. Thank you so much for your question. This channel a lot of times is pretty positive, and I think that's, I try to be pretty positive. Did I feel like my life was in danger? No, I did not. I did not feel that way. But I did have people come out of the woodwork, though. That is true. And Euro jackpot 120 million. Reese Geo. Okay. Peter, we can ask anything. What are tonight's Powerball numbers? Peter. Oh man, that is the $500 million question right there. Oh my gosh, I will have like millions of subscribers instantaneously if I tell you the winning numbers for tonight. And that would be awesome. So maybe I should, but okay. Tim, do you ever create vision boards or visualize for your manifestations? 10,000 crows in a trench coat. 10,000 crows. Those are so many crows in a trench coat. And they have the best, these crows have the best questions. But today, the question is, do you use vision boards or visualize? To answer your question, I do visualize. I don't create vision boards necessarily, but in my mind, I do visualize. And yeah, so that's what I do, and I do a lot of that through prayer. If people are into that sort of thing, I definitely do visualize, and sometimes it's not even through. I'll just sort of meditate if you're into that and visualize, and I think it's proven to be effective. I mean, highest some of the most successful people in the world, including athletes that a lot of people know, are very much into that. I really respect meditation and visualization as well. Tim, do you agree with that the lotto winner horror stories people love to quote are just overblown? Isn't it more true that most global lotto winners simply win and have generally pleasant lives? Jerry K. Jerry K, that is an excellent question. That is a really excellent question. There are some really, really crazy stories out there. I mean, there certainly are, and the media loves them. I mean, they're juicy, they're so interesting, and they make headlines. There's a saying when I was in journalism school: if it bleeds, it leads. And sorry to be, but that's that is the way it goes. I mean, the craziest, most overblown things do make headlines because they get attention. And when it gets attention, people want to watch or consume that media. So to answer your question, I don't know if they're overblown, but they certainly get more attention. And I think most people that win the lottery are not miserable and they don't have these horrible lives. And I think it's positive for most people. But like anything in life, it's not black and white. It's not that simple. But I think mostly it's positive. I love you. I love you too, Isabella McQueen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Isabella. So I visualize every day at work, says Pierre B. Hello. Okay. Awesome, Pierre. So I want to get to a couple questions, previous questions here, and then I'm going to start taking more questions in the live. So if you are watching this and it's not live, put your questions or thoughts below. Your question could be a topic of the next live. So put your questions in the comments below, even if you're not watching this live. And if you are, still put your questions in there. Okay, so the next question I want to get to is, are you forced to appear on TV where they announce you publicly? Lisa 9026. Lisa, that's a great question. To my knowledge, you are not, but every state, every country, every place you play the lottery has different rules. So I would check with wherever you are playing the lottery as to what the rules are. In most places that I'm aware of, even if you have to claim it publicly, you don't have to do a press conference, but I would definitely check the rules. Next question, Jose Payumo 9779. Tim, I bought a ticket in a state where you can stay anonymous, and I'm from California. Can I stay anonymous? So in California, you cannot state your name is released publicly if you live in the state of California and you buy a lottery ticket in the state of California and win. But if you go to a state where you can buy a ticket and remain anonymous, say, another state in the United States where that happens, and then you go back home to California, then I believe that you can still be anonymous. That is my understanding, because you will have to claim it in the state in which it was purchased. So those are the rules you'll be bound by. So let's get some other questions in the live here. And also, who is playing this $500 million, $500 million jackpot, Powerball jackpot happening tonight? January 23rd, 2023. The numerologists love today. Today is a great day. Hey, Timothy, what is your Myers-Briggs personality type? Neon the Phoenix. Thank you so much, Neon, for your question. I actually don't know. I don't know too much about that, but I would love to learn more about it. I know there's a lot of interest in that. I actually honestly don't know, but I will look into it. And I'll try to comment on the next live. Thank you so much. When you won the lottery, what was the first thing you bought with your winnings? Purple 9721. For me, Purple, it was a video game system. I was 21 years old, and working at a gas station. So it was a really big deal to get this latest, greatest video game system, which I couldn't afford before I won the lottery. So it was a big deal at the time. What was the meaning behind your backdrop? Florida with five. Florida with five. So I love Albert Einstein for many, many reasons. And so I love that. I just like the background. And Earth Angel Sherry with the super. Earth Angel, thank you so much for the generous super. That is so nice of you. That is so kind of you. Thank you so much for your support. Timothy, I was pretending to be on your channel with the photo booth on my computer. I started capturing orbs and recorded an EVP. So thanks. It's kind of your fault I discovered them. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Earth Angel Sherry. Well, that is amazing. That is incredible. So for people that aren't familiar, if you are into, I produced a feature-length documentary a few years ago on ghosts, on some of the most haunted places in the world. And there are some people believe that spirits can take the form of orbs, and EVP, electronic voice phenomenon, you can use that to record voices, spiritual voices. And it's a very interesting subject. All of that stuff is so fascinating. But Earth Angel Sherry, thank you so much for the super. That is so kind of you. I'm so glad that you got some stuff happening there. It sounds like something is definitely happening. So we have so many questions in the chat right now. How long does it take to get the wire or physical check? Mark Knight. Mark, it takes, I believe, 14 to 21 days, but it depends upon where you live, which state you live, which country you live in, especially. I love you, Tim. Bent over. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate your support. It means a lot. It means a lot. Keep doing what you're doing. Thank you so much. I plan to. This is a labor of love. I absolutely love it. And I love connecting with you guys too, right here live on YouTube. I'm still putting out these videos that are being produced as well as these podcast interviews on this channel. But from time to time, I'm doing these lives, and it's just really, really fun to connect with you guys and answer your questions here. Hey, Tim, have you bought your Powerball ticket for tonight? Connie Bryant. Connie, I have not, but it's really exciting. 500 million. 500 million. All right, have you, Connie? Let me know your comments. I mean, that could change. You could change a lot of things with that much money. Even if you, split it with a few people, you could still change a lot of things with that much money. Americans have such a positive attitude. Us Brits, not so much. LOL. Brian Cunningham. Well, I have met some people from the UK that I absolutely love that are positive. So I don't know if that's the case for everybody, Brian, but I totally respect where you're coming from, and I appreciate your support. Did you have a strategy for your Powerball winning numbers? D Smith, for me, it was a computer-generated quick pick. So my strategy was not with specific numbers. It's just what I felt was right for me. I just followed what felt fun, what felt right to me. Stick with your numbers. Stay consistent. Gotta play to win. Okay. Davina Darnell. It's really interesting. I just produced this video that will be released this week about people that dreamt about winning the lottery and then it happened. And some of these people dreamed the actual numbers and they played them. And sometimes it was the next day and sometimes, a few years later for other people. But it's really, really fascinating when that happens. I mean, some people think that's coincidence, but a lot of people think that it's not. It's really interesting. Let me know your thoughts in the comments about that, though. Okay, so you didn't pick the numbers. You just auto-picked them. That is correct, D. Smith. The computer-generated quick picks. You should interview Bunky Bartlett. He manifested lottery winnings too. Finally famous. Thank you so much for your comment. Yes, I would love to interview him if he's available. If you win tonight's Powerball, would you go public? Lottery 888. That is an excellent question for anybody watching this too. If you are there are viewers here from all over the world. But if you win tonight's Powerball or any other lottery, say you win Euro Millions if you're in the UK or other places, or any lottery, if you have the option to claim it publicly or anonymously, what would you choose? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. For me personally, I don't play all that often, but if I were to play, and I were to win a major jackpot, I would probably claim it publicly just because of what I'm already doing. And I probably would. But, maybe if you win like a couple billion, maybe not. That's quite different. But if you win, even if you win a million and you're watching this video, even if you win a million or less, and you want to remain anonymous, we can keep you anonymous on this channel. We can blur faces, we can disguise voices. So let's make this happen. And let me know your guest suggestions in the comments of this video or in the live chat. Thank you so much. Hey, Tim, I appreciate your comment. Did you experience any signs or synchronicities before you won? That is an excellent question. Thank you so much. So most people watching probably know that I had a dream about winning before it happened. So it was especially surreal when that actually happened. Yes, I did have some crazy things happen to me the day that I purchased the ticket as well. I made a video about it. I will put a link to that below. Okay, English Eagle is going to be, all right. All right, here we go. I'm your next guest. Okay. How do you feel about manifesting the lottery? Lala. Lala, I think it's really, I've interviewed people. I interviewed someone that won 100, I believe is 112 million, who strongly believes in manifestation. And so there's some other people that I've interviewed that also, several people actually, that strongly believe in manifestation. So with that, they manifested lottery wins. So I am open-minded to that. Would you interview a winner from a Caribbean lotto? Danelle Anthony. Yes, absolutely I would. Timothy, did you invest into survival skills? Depression is here. Best buy 1,000 acres land. Start a community. Mr. Sandman. Oh, Mr. Sandman. I don't quite know. Depression is here. Oh, maybe you're talking about, the economy is, Well, I'm trying to be optimistic about the economy. I mean, historically, it goes like this. So I'm just waiting for it to go back up again. I think it will eventually. Hi, Tim. Said you had, okay. All right. Is it true that people who already won the lottery jackpot play again? Andrew Morales. That's an excellent question, Andrew. Thank you so much. And yes, it is true. I know quite a few lottery winners that do still play the lottery. It's interesting. Okay, if you win again, Tim, you're going to have to interview yourself. John Reiser, that is absolutely true. Oh, Margarita with the 99-cent super. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Margarita. Yes, thank you. That is so generous of you. Thank you so much. Recommendation for people that can't claim winnings anonymously. I live in a state that doesn't allow it. How do you keep yourself under the radar? Connie Bryant. That's an excellent question, Connie. So, if you win a major lottery jackpot, the first thing you should do is get experts on board to help you with that. And it depends upon the state that you live in, because different states have different rules with how you can go under the radar, whether it can help, whether with a trust or if you can claim it on behalf of something that an entity, a business entity that is not your own name, or you can move, you can change your name. I mean, there's different ways of doing it to get your stuff off of the public records. I had a dream that I won 2 billion Powerball. Okay. Well, if you do, I hope that you'll talk to me. I definitely will want to interview you. Yes. Keep playing the same numbers. Pierre B. Okay. Tim, do you own horses and chickens or any livestock? Mr. Sandman, thank you for your question. I do not, but I completely respect it if you do, but I do not know. Months ago, I dreamed of numbers, played, and then the next day and lost. Never played them again. 3 weeks later, those numbers came up. Oh, Jerry K. Well, that's the worst. That is the worst. I just heard of a story in the UK of someone that won like 100-something million. Well, they didn't actually win it. Their payment didn't go through. The automatic payment for this ticket that usually would go through, I believe, did not go through. And had it gone through, had it been actually purchased, they would have won 100 something million. So, I mean, that would be heartbreaking. Okay. I had a bird crap on me. That's a sign. Rontes McClure. Oh, no. Oh, no. What is that a sign of, though? What is that a sign of? It's got to be a sign of something. He bought a video game system, probably yes, Nintendo 64 Magic Reiki. Yes, thank you so much. That's why I play Quick Pick. Okay, yeah, Quick Pick. That is the way to go. Any recommendations on where to place a bet if I'm outside USA? Celeste, that is an excellent question, Celeste. I am going to try to I'm going to make a video on this topic soon because I know a lot of people have questions about this. So thank you so much. And I also had a question here. Let's see here. An earlier question. Historic Phoenix asks, "Hi, Timothy. I'm Don from Phoenix. Curious if you spent time prior to your lottery win daydreaming / visualizing about what it would feel like to be a lottery winner. You're my favorite lottery channel." Historic Phoenix, thank you so much. And yes, I did. I did daydream about that all the time because I sold tickets. I sold lottery tickets all the time. As a gas station clerk, that's one of the things I did. And so it was on my mind quite a bit. Timothy, do you collect anything like Pokemon cards? Neon the Phoenix. Thanks for your question. I don't collect Pokemon cards, but I respect it if you do. I had a dream that I've won the Powerball at 756 million. D-Bizzle 2. D-Bizzle 2. Well, it might get to that because it's at 500 something now, so it won't be too long if nobody wins it, that it might get up to that amount. This is my only lottery channel. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That means a lot. I really appreciate that. Are you still doing films? Shaguna, thank you so much for your question. At the moment, I am not. At the moment, I'm spending my free time on this YouTube channel and on this podcast. This is where I'm putting my energy right now, but I may produce more films in the future. So, Tim, what's the biggest win you had after winning the jackpot? Xavier B, that's an excellent question. So I'm not really I'm not a huge gambler, and it surprises some people. I don't really, but I respect it. You know, it was really funny after I won the lottery, not like literally funny, but I went out and I just felt very, very lucky. And I went and played poker with some people and I just kept winning and winning and winning. And I just really felt like it was happening. I love it. I interviewed a professional poker player on this channel once, and it was just a really, really interesting interview. Even if you're not into poker, just to see his mindset and how he thought about the game. I mean, he's been on World Series of Poker, and I mean, he's like the real deal. It's really interesting. If you want to check that interview out, you can look on the Lottery Dreams and Fortune playlist and find that interview with the professional poker player. How long did you play before you won? Black Quiver, thank you so much for your question. For me, it was a few months before I won, but you had to be 21 to play. So I hadn't been 21 for too long. So stick to your numbers, stay consistent, and have faith in them. Davon Darnell. Yes. A lot of people win and swear by that. So wait, there are other lottery channels? Florida with 5? Well, I believe there may be, but none like this one. This one is unique. Okay. I'd be the casino all the time if I hit the lottery big. Okay. You know, it's really interesting. If you do win the lottery, then it tends to magnify personalities. So if you are really into gambling before you win, you may really be into gambling. Like whatever you're into before you win, you don't change as a person. At least most people, for myself and most people that I've met, it just sort of it magnifies your personality. That seems to be what it does to a lot of people. I keep seeing 444 and 1111 every day on my clock. Javon Sims. Okay. I'm totally into that stuff. I think it's really interesting. Me too, Yvonne. Okay, Social Lime. How many people that you know use the law of attraction to win the lottery? Angie Jennings. Angie, I've interviewed quite a few people on this channel that strongly believe in that. It's so I find it very interesting. What's okay? Have you ever went back to work a traditional job since winning 23 plus years ago? Florida with 5. That's another great question, Florida. So no, I have not. I mean, I've worked hard. I've worked hard, but not like not tradition. I've worked on things that were more labors of love, things that I was passionate about. When I went to school for broadcast news, journalism, and film, and that's kind of what I've pursued since then. Hi from Italy. Do you genuinely think that having vivid dreams of winning the jackpot will actually increase the chances of actually winning? Pedroni. So, Frederico, that's an excellent question. Thank you so much. And I just produced a video about recent lottery winners who had dreams about it and then won. That should be coming out this week. But to answer your question, do you genuinely think that having vivid dreams of winning will actually increase the chances of actually winning? So, for me, I had a really vivid dream about it before it happened, and it convinced me that it was, that it was probably going to happen. And like I started to believe, I really believed that it was going to happen after having that dream. And some people think that's coincidence. And if that's you watching this video, I respect you. I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. I'm just being authentic. This is one of the things that happened to me. I find it very, very fascinating. And it's even more fascinating than I'm not the only person. It's happened to a lot of people, not just dreams, but things like that convince people. And it's really interesting. But if you're not into that, or if you think it's just, coincidence and it's just all chance, then that's okay. You can think whatever you want to think. I'm not here to convince anybody of anything. But it is interesting when it happens, and it happens all the time. And to lastly, the last thing I want to say about that is I just interviewed a scientist on who is studying that type of thing. And he's one of the lead scientists in the world to study this type of thing. That interview is coming within the next few weeks. So I got to ask his opinion on that, and it was very interesting. Our thoughts are powerful, says Margarita. I agree with that. Do they take all taxes out, or do you pay later? Mark Knight. So it's, Mark, I think it depends upon where you win, but you do have to pay. You do have to pay later. So you have to definitely be on top of that because taxes are very, very high, especially in the United States. I dreamed I checked my ticket online and the numbers matched the draw number. Donna C. That's awesome. That's an amazing dream. Can I wear a mask when I win the jackpot to claim my winnings? Vanilla Mocha. Vanilla Mocha. I love that name. So I mean, there was someone in, I think it was Jamaica, that wore a Scream mask. Scream, like the horror movie, there's a Scream mask to claim their prize. And there's someone else in, I think it was China, that claimed a prize a few months ago, that he had a whole costume created. I think it was a chicken costume or something. He had it created, and because he didn't want his wife and kids to know that he had won this lottery prize, so but he had to claim it publicly. So he came out in this chicken mask and claimed the prize. So it depends where you live, but a lot of places I think you can wear a mask. Yes. Hey Tim, I love your channel. Thanks for the super Destiny C. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's so nice of you. Hey Tim, I love your channel so much. I made a thumbnail of you interviewing me after my Euro Millions win to help me with my visualizations. Destiny C. That is awesome. That is awesome. Destiny. I definitely look forward to that happening. It's totally possible. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Is it true that okay. All right. The guy in China think it will mess his wife morals up, Mr. Sandman. Yeah, I don't know what his motive was in China to wear that. I just know that he didn't want his kids and children to know. And I think you may be correct about that, but you can find the article online if you just do a simple Google search. Here's what Google said, Tim. Bird poop on you is a sign of good luck. I had a coworker that has this happen to his coworker. The guy won 1 million after playing the same numbers for 3 months. So there we have it. Rontez McClure. There we have it. We have the answer of what happens if a bird poops on you. Then what does that mean? What is the sign? It means good luck. And in fact, it means that you could win 1 million. You heard it here first in this live broadcast. And this is going to go crazy now. Everyone's heard this news. I keep getting close. The fifth world. Did you have a dream the day before you won or had a premonition that it was going to happen? Did you have a dream the day before you won or have a premonition that it was going to happen? Movies Master. Movies, thank you so much for your question. I had a dream a few months before it happened. So it wasn't the day that I won, I had a dream after it had already happened, but the dream about it happened a few months before. Bird poop means you're the chosen one. LOL. Hey, it happens. People get pooped on by birds. It happens, especially if it happens all over the place, but man, if you're in a big city, those pigeons, okay. Have any of your subscribers come forward to tell you that they've won a large prize since watching you? That is an excellent, excellent question. I have had people win large prizes since I've created this channel, but I am waiting for the day when someone wins a major prize after being inspired from watching this channel. And it could be you if you're watching this video right now. I believe it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen, and I cannot wait for that interview. But if you do play the lottery, only spend, of course, what you can afford, play responsibly, only spend what you can afford, and have fun with it. But it is possible, of course, if you play. Okay, why did you... All right. I don't know why Tim did not answer me since he interviewed her, Brenda Harris. Brenda, I'm not sure what question I missed, but so a lot of you guys, if I do miss your questions, here's one thing that I don't know if everyone realizes. So I'm looking at the camera here, and sometimes when I'm talking, I can't see all of the questions. So I don't see all of these questions. So that's one thing that is happening. So I do have a couple more minutes left here, but I am going to be back here soon. But let me get a couple last questions here before I have to get going. Hi, I'm from Australia, and I am playing USA Powerball tonight. I have a dream about lottery numbers. I have a gut feeling I will win. It's totally possible. Some of the best stories in the world come from Australia. I love some of the stories coming out of Australia. It's so, so interesting. Did you give money to family or friends that have problems with alcohol? If so, how do you say no, I think is what you're saying, to money request? Birdie Bowdur. So how do you say no to money requests? I think is your question. I don't know. So how to say no to money requests is everybody is different. For me, I had financial advisors who told me how much I could and could not spend. And then I tried to, I lived within a budget, and then within that, how much can I give to other people? And I tried to set bound deadlines, not deadlines, but the amount beforehand, like in the beginning, for how much I can do to help people. Alcoholic addictions. Okay. I'm not sure if they have alcoholic addictions. Yeah. So I'm not sure what your question is about. All right. A couple more questions here, guys. Have you had to pay gift taxes, Brittany? Yes, I have. There is a gift tax in the United States, and yes, I have had to pay that. Is Lotto Land legit? Celeste Goddess. That's an excellent question, and I will try to address that in the video about how to play the lottery if you're not in the United States, because I know that's what you're trying to do. Tim, how long did you continue to work at the gas station after winning? Faye Richardson, thank you so much, Faye. I believe it was, I actually don't know. I think it was at least one day, but it wasn't much more than one day. I can tell you that. Okay. Hey, Tim, Sabas and Ranthia. Hello. Thank you so much. Do you have any lucky numbers? Okay. Did you keep hopes up after? Okay. Thanks for your channel. How do you keep your hopes up while you were playing? I think is what Kay is asking. So how I kept my hopes up. I believed that I I honestly believe that I had a chance to win if I played. So I just always believed that. I was pretty optimistic and positive person, I would say. Okay. Can you invite Dr. Joe Dispenza? Says Loki. Yes, I would love to, Loki. Thank you so much for the suggestion. He's a really, really intriguing person. And so, yes, absolutely, I would love to. Hey, Ted, did you dream those numbers for the Mega Millions or Powerball? Not for tonight, Sabas, not for tonight, but it's a $500 million. If you are playing, I wish you good luck. Tim, what are you going to wear in our interview? Neon the Phoenix. Something very, very special. Something very special. Okay, so I do have to get going, guys. Let's take another question. So you were, oh, Joe Dispenza, my love, says Social Lion. Not tonight for, okay. If she, I was wondering if you should not give money to friends with a drinking problem, Bertie Bodor. So Bertie, you keep asking these questions about people with a drinking problem. And, I think just to say without specifically knowing what you're talking about, in general, if people have a drinking problem, then that's never a good thing. Any sort of problem with that sort of thing, and there are many problems with addiction outside of alcohol, whether it's drugs or for some people it's even gambling. I mean, there's lots of things, lots of vices that can be positive in moderation and not so positive beyond that. And so, but as far as giving money to people, I mean, I think you should use your intuition and your gut and do what feels right to you with what you can afford. And it's really hard to say without knowing who you're talking about. I assume in your, well, in anybody's life, really. Hello, sir. Thank you for inspiring us all over the world. Thank you so much for your support. I really, really appreciate it. And I do have to get going, guys. But you guys are amazing from all over the world. Argentina. Oh my gosh. Can I make the numbers? Okay. Hello in Argentina. Good evening. Good evening, Yvonne. Okay. I need to get going, guys. I just want to thank you guys so much. I'm so excited for some of the new interviews coming soon. I'm so excited here to be connecting with you live. I try to do this from time to time. There are new videos coming this week that I'm really excited to share with you, as well as interviews coming soon. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. I really, really appreciate it. It means so much. And I will see you guys soon.